Hey, what's up everyone? We're going to film a quick 2 or 3 minute video here to show you what we got, which is a vehicle accident. And we're actually still in the process of storm restoration as well. We had 2 or 3 days in a row. It was like minus 20 with the wind chill. And is that a cop coming? Nope, just a regular car. Anyhow, freezing cold weather. And then we had this warm front blow in. It was up to like plus 16 degrees yesterday and 100-kilometer-hour winds. So my area didn't get too hard, but we did manage to capture a full episode of being a lineman, which I didn't have time to edit at all. I got home at 6:30 this morning. So it is now just after 11 p.m. I was on my final storm call for my area. The rest of the guys are shipped out to the next city. I was literally heading home and this call came in. I'll give you guys a quick tour of the area. The police and fire just left the scene. I've got quite a few guys coming to give me a hand. I just wanted to show you guys a few hazards. The firefighters were good to identify here. So the driver of the vehicle exited the vehicle and took off, didn't get too far. But the fire department and the police kept away from the vehicle at all times until I got here, which is a good thing because for one, that pole is completely busted off. The butt of the pole's under the car there somewhere. You can see how bad of a lean we got here. But now here's the real hazard. You can see the tie wire on that primary right there is where it was tied in, and that primary is actually off the pin and jammed against the bottom part of the insulator, almost touching that steel. So that 7200 volts was still energized when I arrived, and we've got that down guy which is broken, also in very close proximity to that 7200 volts. Now with that down guy going down here to ground and very close contact to the hood of the vehicle, real big hazard to the emergency personnel that were responding to the scene. I do have the line out now. Power is all shut off. I do have a work permit and we're just waiting for our pole crew and a couple flaggers to get to work here. Lost my train of thought. Just had a passerby stop and chat. He was actually the gentleman that had called 911 when he saw the vehicle here. I'm gonna take a closer look at the front end of this guy. Yes, sir. Yeah, we definitely didn't need this tonight. I should mention also that the driver was okay. Well, I did mention that he took off. So there was no injuries. The pole, you can see the hole under the car right there behind that front tire. That's where that pole should be. But great job with emergency services, fire department. All the firefighters that responded were all volunteers, and our volunteer fire department around here have very, very good training. Big kudos to them for keeping people safe and keeping them back, especially with the primary broke off like that. The police and the paramedics as well. Everyone did a great job and kept the scene safe until we got here. So I'm going to jump my truck, start writing up a tailboard for when the fellas show up here. We got a few guys coming. We'll eat that up pretty quick. So have a safe night, guys. So I know I said a quick 2 or 3 minute video, but I did capture a few shots of the job site. That's my boom up in the air there. We completely stripped the pole down and just let the wires float. The telephone did hang a little bit low, so we used my boom to lift up the telephone wire up to the neutral. There was hardly any pressure at all, maybe 10-15 pounds on my boom there holding that telephone up. So what we're going to do here first, we're going to yank the old butt out of the ground. It came out super easy. The ground was really soupy. Sometimes when the poles broke off below ground level like that, we'll have to dig around it to free the broken part. But this guy came out real easy. We are going to have to remount the hole with the auger though. Sometimes when you yank the pole out, you can just stuff the new one right in. But the ground here, especially after that big wind and rainstorm, it's all just collapsing mud. So we get the auger out here in a minute. Something else I did want to mention off in the background, you see we do have a flagger there. Normally a road like this time of night, I'm not too concerned about traffic control, but right where that flagger is, it's actually one of our linemen. There's a blind turn there, and it's a narrow road, so we absolutely had to put up some signs and some traffic control. If a car come around that corner, they would not have time to see us and slow down. So now we're gonna remount that hole. Ended up, we took maybe 3 or 4 shots at digging out the hole, and I don't think I captured a good clip of it, but all that came out was water and mud. After 4 digs, it literally looked like the hole was only a foot deep because it just filled up with water and collapsed with mud. So what we ended up doing in the end was just basically stuffing the pole in the ground, put some pressure on it. I'm just grabbing a shovel here. Normally we'll have to shovel off all the dirt off the auger when it gets soupy like that, but this one here was pretty much just water. You can see there's not even any mud on the auger. So this shot here, I'm going to stuff the pole in the ground. See your guy at the bottom guiding the butt in. If that primary was energized, he would have to have his rubber gloves on when doing this, but we do have a work permit. You can just barely see we do have the ground up in the air. And it was a pretty straightforward job, so just got a final shot here where we get everything tied in, get the down guys on here. I believe it's about 4 o'clock in the morning at this point. But like I said, we do have a full video that we're going to edit up, and I'll try to get that off to you guys this weekend. So have a great rest of your week and be safe all.